This is David Michael giving an update here from Vienna, Austria. Well, yesterday was an interesting travel day to say the least. We had to be at the airport at 8:30 in the morning because our team leaders, David and Angela, had a flight at 10, although our flight was not until about 1:40 in the afternoon, but get a free ride when you can. So we were at the airport at 8:30 thinking we would leave to from Belgium, thinking we would leave from Bulgaria to Vienna at 1:40. But when 1:40 came along, we were told by the airline, Austrian Air, that there was no crew for the plane, that they got in really late and didn't get any sleep and they needed to sleep. So we would be delayed. First it was 2 hours, then it was 3 hours. And understand that we were going to have a delay anyway when we got to Vienna because our flight wouldn't leave until 6:45 p.m. So, we thought, okay, this is going to be interesting how this is going to work. Anyway, we finally did board the plane 3 hours later, and Bulgaria is 1 hour ahead of Vienna's time. It's pretty much on the same time as Latvia. So we get to Vienna, and we are told we have 25 minutes to run to catch our flight to Riga. So we're running like crazy through this airport, and we get to the gate, and they already locked the door. There's even no one at the counter to greet us. I mean, it's locked, secure, and don't bother. So we had to go to the Austria airline counter and see what the next flight was, and they were trying to figure out how to get us to Riga. Some of the flights they were looking at is where we would fly back to Greece, to Athens, and then fly to Riga, or to try to fly to Amsterdam or fly to Frankfurt, but nothing was open. So this poor lady was sitting there, and I was amazingly calm. Now, understand, this whole Bulgaria trip, has been just everything changes on a dime. So, I mean, nothing's predictable. Okay, anything can change on the spot. So I was surprised how calm I was, and I kept that in mind that my one of my kids was with me, and I didn't want to be a bad example because remember, eyes are looking at you, and I just kept praying, Lord, I need to set an example. So I was amazed how calm I was. And so after the lady got us a flight, she says, well, your flight will leave tomorrow, August the 1st at 6:45 p.m. So we're going to put you up in a hotel in Vienna, which this is where I'm at right now, and you will have a complimentary dinner and breakfast on us, and the hotel's on us, and the trip to the hotel and back's on us. So, by the way, it's a really nice hotel, and the dinner was great. Um, so I went to go pick up my guitar. Well, that got lost. So we're in the airport for additional 2 hours as they're trying to track down the guitar because, according to the computer, it did arrive as well. So after 2 hours, and again, I had to keep my cool and calm, because they're doing the best they can, and I have one of my kids with me, and I can't lose it, because what kind of example would that be? And I'm just, in my heart, like, oh Lord, please don't let them lose my guitar. You start thinking of what happens if it got stolen, and I just started thinking all these terrible things, But they did find it and got it to me, and then they rushed us to the hotel where we were treated to a wonderful dinner at an Italian restaurant down the street. Very good food. I mean, it was a great way to end the whole crazy day at this whole restaurant. This Italian restaurant. I think it's Tonio or something like that. Um, and the accommodations are great. It's a very beautiful hotel. We're right in the middle of Vienna. I mean, you know. So our flight doesn't leave till 6:45 this evening. And of course, we have to check out our hotel at 12. So we have a whole day kind of in Vienna. So we're going to walk around and explore. We're able to leave our luggage here, and then our ride will pick us up at 4 o'clock to take us back to the airport. So, what have I learned from this whole Bulgaria trip? God's in control. Always has been. Nothing goes by him. You know, we may not have control, but God is always in control. You know, I keep in mind that I don't see what's going on, but God already has beginning and the end. He is the Alpha and the Omega. And if we are keeping our eyes focused on Him, He gives us the peace that surpasses all understanding, and He works everything out, like it says in Romans 8:28. All things work together for good to those who love God and are called according to His purpose. Now, here's the funny thing, just a little side note. Our teammates, Bea and Jake, their flight didn't leave till 7:30 p.m. from Bulgaria to Vienna because Slovakia is right next to Austria. And so I jokingly said to my kid, I said, well, wouldn't it be fun if we ran into them? Well, sure enough, as we're in the baggage claim waiting for the guitar, here comes Bea and Jake, and we're looking at each other, and I start laughing, because, we were supposed to be in Riga by that time, so it was kind of a blessing. So anyway, you can see these pictures on my Instagram or Facebook. So, well, that's it for now. I'm calm. I had a great breakfast. My kid's sleeping. Let my kid sleep. Deserves it. So just want to give you a quick update, and hopefully you are having a good day wherever you're at. And I appreciate all your prayers because it's kept me calm and collective here. I'll tell you, this trip's been crazy. Anyway, we will head to Estonia tomorrow. We're supposed to be there today, but apparently we'll be there tomorrow. I have a concert on the 3rd, and then I speak on the 4th. So pray for safe travels because we're driving. It's a 5-hour drive. So welcome to the touring life of a musician. All right, take care, everyone. God bless you. Bye.